the bullshit, and now we sit here and we wonder, who can we blame? Who can we blame? What did I say before? We have to blame ourselves because we have allowed it to happen. Not one person is better than the other. We are all responsible for the failures and the bullshit that is happening now worldwide. It is now up to you to change course and do something about it, because if you do not, there's not going to be anything left. But focus on the bullshit in the media. Focus on the bullshit elections. Focus on this week's distraction. Focus on this. Focus on that. But people fail to focus on the things that are actually killing you and killing your family. Why? Why? Because it's easier to fucking ignore. It's easier to find that positive distraction, if you will, right? It's easier to not focus on what's actually going on because that's too dark, that's too real, that's too hurtful, that's too painful, that's too this. Oh, we got to talk about Alec Baldwin. Alec Baldwin should bleed out of the ass, dead in jail. Fuck him, may he rot in hell, father of the year, fucking murderer, piece of shit. The gun didn't do it, an asshole did it. Fuck him. It's an accident. It's still called manslaughter. Put him in fucking prison. Fuck you. There. Fucking over. Well, we're going to talk about it for fucking 3 weeks, though. We got to talk about it. Meanwhile, we have people in jail in fucking D.C. in solitary confinement for fucking 8 goddamn months that are being treated like fucking absolute scum of the earth that have yet to be charged, rotting in a federal fucking jail. Man, might I bring up all the people in cages all around this country for bullshit being treated like lower than fucking life half humans. But we don't talk about that. Let's talk about Alec Baldwin. Let's talk about a fucking comedian. Let's talk about this song. Let's talk about this election. Fucking wake the fuck up. That's my point. There are those who talk about this stuff, and that's fine. Do your thing. But when we make this the object of our obsession, we are nothing more than fucking falling into the fucking the norm, the shit, the pattern they need us to be in. They need us to feel this way. They need us to talk this way, think this way, act this way, and we do it. And it's not to blame anybody. It's about waking the fuck up and realizing that we are responsible. Again, I repeat this. They are doing what they have always done. It is us who is allowing them to continue to do it. That's my point. So if I offend people, I don't care. I've never cared, but I simply don't have the time for people's fucking feelings or fucking confused emotions. I'm going to speak truth. I advise you to do the same. And once you speak it, start acting. Start doing something. It is time. There is no left wing. There is no right wing. There is no fucking fill in whatever the fuck you want. All there is are human fucking beings existing, more focused, more dedicated to, and devoted to hating each other, fucking strangling bullshit, fucking immature, day-to-day fucking asshole crap, focused in gossip and drama, focused on the idiocies, focused on everything else in the world other than what's happening right in front of us. So it is beholden upon all of us to realize it's already too late. But we can certainly put the fear of the fucking people into these people if we fucking try hard enough or try at all. It's time. And I know January 6th was brought up before in the chat room. I apologize. I haven't looked at the chat in like 20 minutes. I know January 6th was brought up. I'm tired of hearing about January 6th. I'm so fucking tired of it. January 6th was a staged event. It was concocted for a reason. People came in, they hijacked the things, led stupid people in to do things that weren't even that bad in fucking comparison, and they became the fall people and to set the narrative. And that's why you hear people like Glenn Youngkin, that's the next version of MAGA that leads us to a worse than 9/11 January 6th. It's nothing more than a talking point. 9/11 was used as a tool to go after fucking people. January 6th is the next, COVID and January 6th used to go after people, segregate people, hate people, attack people, kill people, fucking jail people, whatever, everything else. It's the same fucking thing. Realize it. So January 6th, again, as somebody who was there, all I saw when I saw that fucking sea of humanity was a beautiful fucking thing and a beautiful moment to fucking behold. And I'm at the point where I am going to start playing my fucking videos on here soon because I don't give a shit anymore. All right? Because people should see what we actually look like on the ground, right? Not the fucking little doctored bullshit, whatever the fuck else. No, they should see what I seen. And it made me fucking happy. It made me happy to see so many fucking people coming together and to know that we didn't give them what they wanted exactly. We didn't. They got what they needed to use against us. But they didn't expect us to show up that heavily. They didn't expect so many people to turn out. That's where they fucked up. That's where they miscalculated. Again, that should be a sign of things to come. Okay? That needs to be replicated times 1,000. We should have 100 million people. That's the point. Fucking go to every capital in every state and don't have 1,000, have fucking tens of thousands. People come together and fucking put the fear of the people in them. I keep saying it and I'll say it fucking ad nauseum. Liberty will never be achieved until they fear us, and we need to make them afraid. It's time. And I have to say we have to do it peacefully. We have to do it peacefully. We have to do it peacefully, right? Why? Is fucking Haps gonna ban me? Is this one gonna ban me? I've been banned and censored and fucking cut out and fucking attacked and death threatened fucking more than I can even fucking count. It's comical. So yeah, I advise people to be peaceful. But at the same time, I applaud those who, when they have to fight and they're pushed, they fucking push back. At this point, that's where the world needs to be. That's what needs to have this. This is where we need to be focused, and we need to not fucking back down in the face of fucking oppression. We need to not back down in the face of fucking cops who are knowingly fucking breaking laws, defying the Constitution, defying their oath, and pushing and enforcing laws that don't exist. And I'm not talking about all cops. I'm talking about the ones who choose to tell you, you can't walk here, you can't eat here, you can't eat after this time, you can't bring your kids here, you can't go into this store, you can't do that. Guess what? The good cops in the non-quote-unquote free states of America, they're the ones resigning. They're the ones leaving. They're the ones by the thousands that are quitting, okay? The scum will remain. The ones who are happy to enforce these invisible fucking mandates and these invisible fucking laws, they're your enemy. That's the truth. And some will say, you're anti-cop now, you're anti-this. I'm fucking anti-everything. I'm anti-everything that's a fucking thing other than fucking humanity and people coming together. How about that? How does that sound? I am fucking anti-everything that is fucking liberty. I am anti-everything that fucking takes away from you or I, regardless of where the fuck you fall on the spectrum. That's what I'm against. That's what I'm anti the most, if you will. So I am the double-edged sword. I am the fucking walking whatever. I am the whatever you need me to be. Hate me however you wish. I do not fucking care. All I care about is us doing what needs to be done to overcome the ones that are killing all of us off. There. Label that. However the fuck you deem, however the fuck you feel it needs to be done, whatever you need to call it, whatever you need to put on me. Again, I've literally been called a white supremacist and a black supremacist. So at this point, nothing surprises me. Fuck labels, fuck finger pointing, fuck casting aside. It's about coming together. Realize that. Because I am not going to be kind. I am not going to sit here and just fucking continuously hear the same things and say the same things and fucking just, constantly go along with whatever the fuck. I can't be that person. And again, I love that so many people can say so many different things and have so many different beliefs. That's awesome. That's great. But at this point, regardless of your beliefs, we should all be thinking this way. And if not saying it out loud, it's time. So I'm going to be that asshole. I'm going to be that one. I'm going to be whatever I need to be because we are past the point of no return. Now it's about how you choose to go down. I choose to fucking die for something that fucking matters. At least matters to me. Are you? Or would you rather sit locked down? Would you rather sit in a hallway of a hospital alone with your blood clots, alone with your myocarditis or whatever the fuck it's called, whatever the fuck, whatever. You know, do you enjoy that? And that's not trying to be rude, just being honest. Do you enjoy saying that I have fucking 72 fucking shots and I'm better than you? Do you enjoy saying I wear a mask and you don't, I'm better than you? Do you enjoy not wearing a mask and that person does saying I'm better than you? Is that your life now? Is that what you live for? You want to go wave your flags and fucking claim victory is coming? Republicans are going to save us in 2022. Don't worry. The only ones that are going to save us is us. Time to wake the fuck up and realize that. So I'm not black pilled. I'm just doing what I've always fucking done. I'm airing shit publicly and I'm speaking truth. And people want to speak out and say different shit. That's fine. That's your right. That's your prerogative. I don't care. I don't care because I'm not trying to change anyone. I am not trying to change anybody. I am simply trying to get you to say out loud and act upon what you already feel and think deep down inside. Maybe some people it's not so fucking deep, but you see something isn't fucking right, right? You see it, you feel it, you know it, you're fucking experiencing it, you're going to the empty stores of fucking shit, fucking the list goes on and on and on. You know something isn't right here.
Yep.
Put your shit aside and fucking step up, stand up, speak out, fight back, and goddamn the consequences. I hear somebody talk.
Yeah, that was me.
No, I didn't. I had no idea anybody joined me.
Bro,
I
I've been here
really
for
haven't looked.
about for a good long while.
I I had no clue, be honest with you. I have not looked at my Hap screen in quite some time.
Oh,
So,
I'm so sorry, bro. I'm so sorry. I didn't mean to stop you in momentum. You were actually doing amazing.
mm-mm, you're good. Feel
But
free to jump in. Say, I am at the point now where I am fired up all the time, and I can't let shit go, and I can't just be quiet. And
okay.
I basically had to do this tonight, even though I invited everybody. It's like it's almost at that point where I'm like, I had to do some solo shit in a way because I just had to I have to put the shit out there because I don't know how to hold it in, you know?
Nah, I feel you, bro. Like even now, like I was talking to my neighbor about it today as we were like doing white people stuff in the morning. And I was like, isn't it really coincidental that right now they're really throwing, like the media is throwing the top 100 conspiracy things at us all the time now. Like before, it would be times of peace. We'll hear the regular Justin Bieber peed on this, Kim did that, but now it's every day is something new. Every day is a crazy top ego breaking discovery that the world is uplifting. Every single day. Like you brought up before. You brought up Alec Baldwin again. Fuck Alec Baldwin. I always say I brought up last Tuesday. I was like, I find it funny how this dude never has a great decade ever in his life. He's always living his worst life ever. And like now there's a crazy conspiracy about Alec Baldwin and him killing someone and him being connected to this and that's being more pushed on my social media. And it's like, yo, we're missing everything, bro. Like our country is literally like at this point, I kid you not, I wouldn't even be surprised if a state official comes up and goes, yo, we sold 2/4 of our country to China, and you guys we did that shit like 6 months ago, and you guys didn't even notice. And I wouldn't even be surprised. Like, I wouldn't even be surprised. And I'll blame it on Kanye West. I'll blame it on him. I'll be like, he's the fucking reason why we all got distracted. Because it's like this whole world is literally falling apart. And I'm not even talking about gas. Like, I feel like every time I bring that up, people bring up gas. Like, I'm not even talking about gas. I feel like gas happens. Like, I don't really give a fuck about gas. Like, I'm just saying, like, our world is literally changing. Like, I'm seeing it change by as I'm literally hearing other state officials, not my boy DeSantis, other state officials talk about things that they're not supposed to be doing, things that they're invading into our private spaces, into our income that they're not supposed to be doing, and we're just checking it off. Oh yeah, that's okay. Oh yeah, that's okay. Oh yeah, that's okay. Like at this moment, I'm literally waiting for Joe Biden or Kamala Harris to kill Joe Biden and then bring up the crazy communist government that will rise again. Like that's what I'm waiting for.
At this point, I wouldn't be surprised if they did something like that publicly and nobody would even bat an eye. You know,
Yeah,
we I happen my paychecks happen to be more than $600. So every time I get a paycheck, the IRS is going into my bank account. That's
yeah,
okay though. That's
yeah. For
okay,
what? Like, what does that make sense? Like, oh no,
right?
but we're okay with that because on
I
that
guess
same exact time, Adidas and Yeezy sign up with Gap, and they're
yeah.
doing this, and we have to
The
focus on that now.
the distraction. Exactly. That's 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 been my point of all of this.
Yeah,
And it's not to sit there and fucking blame. It's to sit here and just throw it out there that people need to be cognizant of what is happening, because as people are more distracted, more people are dying.
yep,
And not just like, oh, you're just saying shit to be controversial. People are dying. People are literally fucking dying. That's the point. That's the point of all this. And I don't get how I understand how they've managed to manipulate the populace and make them easily distracted. Uh it is something that's been taught since birth, and it's been taught since it's a thing, right? It's a
hmm,
systematic approach. It's something that's been in play for long before we were born, long before our parents were born. This has always been done, right? Asa brought it up on our past show. She's 100% right. And anybody who else says that, they're right. But at the same time, I used to sit here and say, what's it going to take? Now, we don't have time to sit here and question what's it going to take, because people are dying and losing everything at a more rapid pace than ever before, and we're putting our faith and our attention in all these other things that are meant to distract us and separate us and divide us and keep
yep,
us fucking at bay, when we need to be literally in the fucking streets. We should be blasting rage on behalf of the machine, and going out there, like, honestly, like, we we are at this moment in time where it's just, we need to turn off everything around us. All right?
yeah,
We need to turn that shit the fuck off, because we all fall victim. All of us. Hell, I do it. I saw 2 wrestlers are released right before I went on the air, and it kind of upset me. And I'm like, damn, that sucks. I realized, stop it. Stop it. That means nothing in the real world. That
yep.
means nothing. You know, that's not going
Yeah.
to stop a job from saying, well, we've put a mandate in place that you have to show us your papers in order to continue to be employed, because the federal government has made it a law. But it's not a law. It's not a law. It's never been. It never will be. But you see, like, that's the thing. Like, it's so easy to get caught up in everything else. But at the same time, we have so many fucking people losing shit, and some willingly fucking losing shit, and, taking a stand. Good for them. I said, why don't we become self sustaining? Why don't we I've said this, I've seen other people say it, not get any reaction on the social media world, even some quote unquote influencers, because that matters, fucking saying shit out there about, why don't we get all these fucking doctors and all these nurses and all these police and all these this and that, and start our own hospital, start our own healthcare system, start our own police departments, start our own local government, start our own. Yes. Yes. all inclusive. That video that I saw the other day of the woman freaking out on the airline going to London. They were in America, and she was screaming at the flight attendant because this person is not vaccinated and is not wearing a mask, and I can't breathe his oxygen. He's putting me in danger. And the flight attendant keeps telling you, you have to take a seat. I demand to have my seat moved. There's no other seat. Well, then kick somebody out because I don't need to sit next to this person. She said, we can't do this. And the pilot came out and said, we do not discriminate against those who are vaccinated or unvaccinated. Everybody is welcome here. Please leave my plane. Fucking thank God. It's about time. It's instead of, and I know that's just like it's almost hypocritical, right? But no, it's bigger than that, because it's time for the fearful ones, the feckless ones, the weak ones, the ones who are so lost in this paradigm, so lost in this matrix, to be cast aside. It's time for us to segregate against the segregators. If we have to play their game, then why not fucking at least attempt to play it? But we sit there and we take it. Oh, it's cool. Well, we're on the unvax side, so we're smarter than you. Stop. We do shows with fucking Vic, right? Vic has the vax. I don't even know who else on here on our network has the fucking vax. I don't care. It's not my place to know. I don't judge you for that. I say fucking come together.
Yeah.
That's the point. No, we have and when we do put shit out there about said shot and tell truth and tell actual stories of what's really happened, you deserve to hear that as much. If you really want to live in a world where equality is real, fairness in fucking news should also exist. You want to preach to us all day your propaganda. I had to drive past 35 different billboards. I'm vaccinated because I care about you. These are billboards up in Pennsylvania right now. Fuck you.
Jesus
okay, Christ. I got vaccinated as a child. Do I care about you too? Or it's just this vax? It's this vax, right? Stop it. I'm unvaccinated because I care about me. How about that? It's stupid, fucking trivial bullshit. But if they're going to put out the propaganda, they're going to put out their selling points, then we should have the right to put out the counterpoints. And not even to say, I won that battle, to say, hey, that may be true. It's unverified. But here, we have this fucking 13-year-old who died of a fucking heart attack after receiving a shot. That's proven. That really happened. We're not saying you need to listen to that and live your life according. We're saying fairness in what the fuck is put out there. You should hear all sides. But we cannot trust the populace to make their own decisions. This is how the government feels and operates. This is how the world government feels and operates. They need to tell us what is best for us that will lead us to the inevitable slaughter. That's what everybody is missing. So should we be hypocrites and go after them that have gone after us and have labeled us? Maybe. At least do something. I still say, why the fuck can't we achieve the fucking unity that we so very much need? Take these little things that are happening, and instead of these fucking conservative assholes, these fucking stupid fucking talking heads, well, we had BLM people and Trump people standing together, and you should never give them a platform. They gave, actually, sorry, truth be told, it was the BLM people who gave the Trump supporters their platform to stand with them and actually find the commonality and protest against something that everybody agrees is wrong. But we can't say that. We have to put a right-wing spin on it, okay? And then on the left-hand side, oh, BLMs, they don't care about black people. They're standing with white supremacist Trump supporters. It's the same shit. It's the same shit. We're doing it to ourselves. We are cannibalizing ourselves, and we allow it to happen. No, those little occurrences and those little events need to be fucking built up and say, this is the model. And it started on January 6th. And you know what? It probably started even before that, but January 6th was a big one. So many people, not just there because they like Trump, coming together and standing together. It should be a fucking model. Oh, the attacking of police. The attacking of you killed police. Did we? I must have missed that. Right? Oh, they beat a cop in the head with a fire extinguisher, except it didn't happen.
First
He
of
died
all,
of natural causes days later. But
have
I
you
saw a cop
ever
put.
been hit in the head with a fire extinguisher? You just don't get up and talk about it after. Like, yeah, I survived that.
And
That
take a
was a
few more
hard one.
shots, right? Yeah. No, it doesn't happen like that. He beat him continuously and he died hours later. After 2 or 3 shots, you're fucking dead. Okay? So
Yeah.
stop. But I saw a cop when somebody was climbing the stairs of the Capitol push somebody off the top and he fell to his death. I saw that happen. Oh, but we got to back the blue all encompassing. We have to back all the blue, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
No, guess what? Just like in society, just like in life, just like in religions, just like in anywhere you go, there's good and there's bad. It's time to address and call out the fucking shit and embrace those who actually have a fucking brain. Imagine that. Imagine that. And they hail this shit. I saw this the other night. In Minneapolis, the people overwhelmingly voted not to defund the police. Okay? But that's a slap in the face to all those who fought hard to defund them. They did defund. They lost a lot, and crimes went up. Crimes committed by all. Whatever. Ah, that just, it furthers the argument. What argument? What argument? You're going to tell me next that, guess what? There's good and bad firefighters? There's good and bad cops? No. There's good and bad gangs? Stop it. Fuck it. I am of the belief, though, that when there is someone who's fucking using a badge as a fucking protection, as a shield against the bullshit they're doing, yeah, I don't give a fuck about their badge. I will go after them. Voice
Yeah.
of the People got a mayor, a police chief, and 6 cops, not only to resign, but 2 of which to actually go to prison because of what they did in 2008 and covering up a whole bunch of kids beating an illegal alien to death. And I held the rally, and everybody's like, that's too controversial. It's too controversial.
Mm-hmm.
And all these people together. And I had a moment of silence for the illegal alien that was beat to death. And I'm against illegal immigration. How dare you? Because no human being deserves to fucking die or be beat to death because of said status, color, orientation. Imagine that. Oh, you're a fucking liberal now. No, am I? No. It's called common sense and common fucking decency. And the cops who helped cover that up, we went after them and we fucking got them. Good. Good. You think I feel bad about that? Oh, you went against your own. Fuck them. Fuck them. They give a bad name to those who actually do go and put on the uniform, that actually want to help people. Just like firefighters, just like EMTs, just like anybody. Take your fucking pick. Neighborhood watch. I don't give a fuck. Stop fucking lumping in the whole. They're making themselves clearly visible now to the world. The bad is showing themselves. They are showing themselves, and as you said before, they're throwing it in our faces, and we do nothing with it. We're too busy judging the whole and ignoring the ones who are actually presenting themselves. We got to hate the whole and not them. But they're literally telling us and showing us what they're fucking doing and the evil they're fucking perpetrating. They're okay. We ignore them to go after the whole. They get off over this. They get off. The powers that be get off over our inability to focus on one fucking train of thought, on one thing that we need to do. They love it. They love it. Because we are so distracted, we are so easily manipulated, and that's how it is. Right? That's how it is. That's how it continues to go. And we don't go after who we need to go after. Fucking them.
I feel like I don't even feel like it's distraction. I feel like we're easily blinded. Like, you know,
Yes.
like we're so afraid of conflict and changing changes and changing what's gonna be the next because we're so used to that. And I hate it. I hate that saying, you know, I'd rather be with the demon that I know than a demon that I don't know. I'd rather not be with no demon at all. I'd rather kill the demon that I know and destroy the demon that I don't know at the same time. That's my goal. I'm not going to settle for one demon or another. That doesn't make any sense. And I feel like that's what people's mindsets are. That was people's mindsets going into the last 2 elections. And I feel like it's really dumb. I feel like change has to happen. Anybody that's sitting there is trying to stop change, This is the effect of it. An oversaturated society that's being overly manipulated, been fucking, the system is not only abused and used, it's raped and been fucking cummed inside of so many fucking times. It's literally not even a thing anymore. And now we have to fight it because nobody else wanted to change this. Nobody else wanted to get down and dirty and really change America. So now we have to do it now. So now, like, I feel like that's what makes it harder for all these Americans too. It's like, oh, we've been saying this for so long, and they're like, this is never gonna change. We're always gonna complain about racism. We're always gonna complain about dark governments. We're always gonna say the Illuminati. We're always gonna say this and that. And I feel like it's just dumb. I feel like it's like, how about we just get up and just change it instead of us complaining that the floor is messy. How about somebody grab a mop, another nigga grab a broom, let's sweep this shit up, and then we can shut the fuck up. Like, it's really not that hard, bro. Like, it's not hard to kick out racism. It's not hard to kick out prejudice mindsets. It's not hard to get that shit out there. You just got to get it out there. You got to be the first person to stand up against everybody else and go, yeah, that's fucking wrong.
Well,
Don't.
there are agents of change out there. And that's the thing that we ignore because it's so easy to get caught in our own biases and
Yeah.
get caught in our own cycles because again, all those people that were out there rioting and doing their thing, they weren't all wrong. All
Mm-hmm.
those people that are out there on the other side protest, they weren't all wrong either. And I think that's where I'm at. It's time to, instead of casting everyone aside and lumping everybody together in this one whatever pile of shit, it's time to embrace those who are actually willing to fight and have fought for their own reasons and find those fucking commonalities because we know that's what
Yeah.
they fear the most. We know
I
that's
feel
what
that.
they fear. They are terrified of that. And that's how we begin to fucking expand this, whatever this is. But the problem we keep running into is we are out of time. And these people who literally thought this is going to send a shockwave to the administration and the Build Back Better plan is dead in the water after what happened in Virginia. No, it's not. At the very least, they know they at least have another year to the midterms. Hell, even longer, technically speaking. They have until next January to do whatever the fuck they want to do. So they're going to push it. They're going to push it. It's not going to go away. You think they care? They can, the one party, apply this to either party if you so desire. One party can lose every governorship in America except for New York and California, and they'll be in their glory. They don't care. We care. They don't, because they don't respect state rights. They don't respect sovereignty. They only
Yeah.
care about one thing and one thing only: their overall power grab and what they can control and manipulate and how they can control us. That's what they care about. That's why they exist. That's how they operate. So we focus on the minutia. They focus on 20 years down the road. That's the problem. When we talk about these fucking elections and shit, do you know that I hope I'm saying this right. I don't know if it was in New York or New Jersey. I think it was in New Jersey. The excuse me, the state Senate leader or whatever lost an election to a truck driver who ran as a Republican, who even said, I hate both parties, literally ran as a Republican and spent $130 to win his
Wow.
election. Fuck. Yes. Yes. That's what I'm saying. How about less fucking lawyers and less doctors and more fucking truck drivers and
Yeah.
fucking regular goddamn people running for office, not beholden to the almighty fucking dollar and actually putting the time and effort in and saying, fuck it. I have my truth. I'm going to speak my truth, get behind or not, but I'm going to go out there and do my thing. And look what happens. They can actually win elections. Amazing.
Yeah, like I
Fucking
was saying that shit
amazing.
last. I was saying that shit last week. Sorry to cut you off, but I was saying that shit last week. Like, what happened to the regular guys like we used to see on TV that will apply for these civil positions? Like, there's nobody like that anymore. Everybody now is like a cookie cutter, stormtrooper like fucking clone. You know, I'm either this or I'm that. I'm either the next Barack Obama, or I'm trying to be the next aspiring Bernie Sanders, or even worse, I'm trying to be the future fucking AOC. Like, it's nothing like, hey, I'm a regular dude. I throw trash out Monday through Friday. I hate my fucking job. But I'm gonna tell you right now, I hate these taxes better. And then they just start breaking shit down and start helping out the regular man. What happened to that? Like, what happened to the regular man? Like, that's not even a thing anymore.
I that's what I've been saying forever. And that's where we need to reach in this country. But again, I'm also at that point in my life where I'm just saying, fucking burn it all down and start over. And because we have fucked this up royally. We have fucked this up royally. And it's time to face that reality.
Yeah.
And put shit into motion, Like personally, and I'm not making this a thing. I want Trump to run in 24. I do. I wish he didn't have to. I want him to, because I don't see anybody else with enough balls to fucking actually do what needs to be done. But even that's one more term. That'll be 4 years. That's it. Then what? What's your plan? Who's your next fucking rebranded superhero is going to save the world? They don't exist anymore. You know where they do exist? Amongst all of us, amongst the people of this country. That's where they exist. Not the fuckers being brought up and going through Harvard and fucking Yale and fucking this and fucking that and groomed and everything else, No, they're not the ones. They're not the fucking ones. I, I will, I will go for a true activist any day over an establishment activist, a paid activist, a fraud, a fucking fucking political survey group fucking, little minion that goes out there and speaks to what they think the population is upset about this week. You give me a real activist, even if they are absolutely the opposite of what I feel and what I think, though at this point, I don't even know how to define myself anymore other than realist. But I will respect and back that person for at least not being in it for the money, for the notoriety, for the fucking fame. It's the ones that are actually willing to fucking fight for their beliefs and fight for other people. I will back them. I will back them. Even if they are different than me, I will back them because at least they've done something more than talk a good game during political cycles via emails, via who my donors are, whatever the case may be. That's what we need more of. The regular people, the activist people, we need more of that. Oh, well, AOC and whatever, Tlaib, they're activists. No, they're not. They were propped up paid pawns. That's the truth. That's why socialists don't like fucking AOC and don't even like Bernie Sanders, because they know these are the quote unquote establishment version of. Okay, much like the libertarians, much like the Freedom Caucus for the right. Yeah, they're a Freedom Caucus. They're fighting for our freedoms as they make millions upon millions upon millions upon millions and do nothing except talk a good game on TV when it's their turn to go to the microphone and then go back home and jerk each other off. You see, that's the point. When people don't even understand what an actual activist is, what an actual socialist is, what an actual populist is, a conservative, a worker, a regular. They don't even know how to relate to you and I. They don't know what a regular person is because they themselves have never been that way. They never lived that life. They've been groomed and brought up to be what they are, and to each their own. But they are not our saviors. Like I said earlier in the show, and I know I pissed people off, stop looking for saviors and start looking in the mirror. So after you're done blaming yourself for the shit that we've allowed to happen, realize that we are the only ones that can pull us out of this shit if we're willing to do what's necessary. That's my point. That's my point. And that's where we need to reach. This isn't a call to arms. It's a call to common fucking sense. It's a call to actually fucking act on what you already feel and stop denying it and say that we're living in the greatest time ever. Everything has never been better right now. It is fantastic. You know you're lying to yourselves. Regardless of what, if you have a D or an R or an L or an I, that means nothing. You're lying to yourselves. All right? I haven't been able to say that in the last fucking, 25 years of my existence. I thought things were significantly better the past 4 years. Yes, I did. But was everything saved and fixed? No. We have to embrace the fucking reality of the situation. But now the problem is they're expediting their plan. When I say Agenda 2030, you all laugh. Oh, it's not real. It's not real. What do you think they're working towards? What do you think they're doing? You can fucking Google the Great Reset with the almighty Klaus Schwab. Again, a white, racist, fucking liberal. I don't like saying that because that is a bastardization of what liberal actually means. But nevertheless, the most racist person in the world is the white establishment liberal. But Klaus Schwab, the old fucking man that sounds like a Nazi, pals around with other Nazis, put it out there and told everybody exactly what they're going to do years ago with the Great Reset. There's slides, there's fucking programs, there's whole documentaries on it. It's out there. You can fucking Google it on corrupt Google. You could go on Google and fucking find it. It's not a conspiracy, people. And listen to what they say from years ago and look at where we're at and say, seems kind of familiar, but can't be true. It's a fucking conspiracy theory. How many times must you lie to yourself and lie to the people that you know and love, no matter on what side or wherever the fuck you are in life, and say, you know what? When I feel something is fucked up, maybe it's because it is. And maybe I have to be the one to help bring about some fucking decency, some common sense, some fucking something. Do more than bitch in private. Ace says activism isn't a fucking game. For some of us, it's our lives. Yes, that's how I didn't start this out as a fucking radio show, a podcast, a fucking radio network. I started in the fucking streets and I got hated. I got death threatened. I got fucking attacked. My family got fucking, targeted and everything else. And go to your house and lost jobs, I lost girlfriends, I lost friends, lost everything. And I wouldn't change a thing. I wish I would have woken up even sooner, but I wouldn't change a thing. Because if you're fighting for something you fucking believe in and you're speaking truth, not from a script, not from notes, not from a fucking teleprompter, from the fucking heart, and you mean what you say, and just like you're a conservative activist group, but then you had the people that were going to hold a rally for Barack Obama in Wilkes-Barre, Pennsylvania, and they were denied a permit in the liberal city, mind you, of Wilkes-Barre, Pennsylvania. They were denied a permit and said you have to pay a fee in order to get the permit to protest in public square. Well, the fucking ACLU, who was protesting me 2 days before, fucking reached out to me because I said, I'm going to go hold the fucking rally there. I'm going to invite those people. I didn't want Obama. I didn't like Obama. Fucking hated McCain. But you know what? I said, you come join us. We're going to hold the fucking rally and fuck you. We don't pay for permits to fucking utilize our fucking rights in this country. Freedom of speech. That bill has already been fucking paid, asshole. And I went and did it. And the ACLU represented us. And we didn't even sue for money. I went to the city council. I told every last one of them off, standing in unison with the NAACP, liberal groups, right? All standing in unison, fighting for them because I'm fighting for me, because I'm fighting for us, because we're fighting for something more. That's the fucking point. And they told me I was a traitor then. No, I'm a real fucking person. And that was even before I had my great fucking awakening, right? It's called common fucking sense. Don't be a fucking hypocrite. Stand up for your fucking convictions, but it also applies to those who you may not always agree with, but it applies for them too. So fucking fight. Fucking fight. If you back down, roll over and fucking die, they're going to continue to steamroll and steamroll more. We did it just with the announcement of the lawsuit in the media. The fucking city folded, scrapped their ordinance, apologized to people, and we both went and held a rally there. You want to know how fucking weird that was back in 2007, where 2008, sorry, where I'm this radical fucking conservative fucking, right winger or whatever, but I'm rallying with people that are supporting Obama and the left? How dare he? It's not the point. When Kids for Cash was going on in Pennsylvania, we had county commissioners literally making money off of how many fucking underage people they could convict and put in prison. And it was Republican and Democrat combined doing it, selling convictions. I went after them. And the fucking radio show host that fucking hated me said, you know what? I may not like you tomorrow, but I like what you're doing today. Give them fucking hell. It's not, look at me, look at how great I am. It's called, where the fuck are you? See what's right, see what's wrong. Sometimes it's just that easy. Go after these fuckers. Hold them accountable. Fuck it. That's my point. That's why I say, and I'm not saying to score fucking brownie points to anyone because I don't give a good goddamn who loves me or hates me. My point is, we have January 6 people still in jail without being charged. And on the flip side of that, we have fucking tons, thousands of fucking black, white, Hispanic, whatever, in jail for fucking 10, 20, 30 years because of a fucking joint, because of a fucking ounce of weed, because of cocaine. You see? They do this on both sides. It's only us who makes it a side issue. But in reality, they do it to all of us as a whole. So it's time for all of us as a whole to fucking push back on these fuckers. You know? That's my point. When I talk about the fucking the first, I can't even think of the name. What Trump did with the criminal justice reform thing that he did, and he got people, overturn convictions, release people, and actually push for some reform and shit like that. Have you seen a Democrat push that or re-up that since they took control? No. But at the same time, we can't give him credit because he's Donald Trump. I don't give a fuck who it is. If it would have been Obama doing it, I would have said good for you. I don't care. So that's the point. Oh, you're part of the cult. No, I just said I don't care. I don't care who would have done it. It's about fucking time. Take it from somebody who cannot go to an airport. We're having my luggage torn apart, even though I'm TSA pre-checked and have all these fucking clearances and all this background shit. Shouldn't be talking like this, but fucking I have to go, and even in pre-check, I'll take off your shoes. Give us your phone. We have to go through your bag. Why? Why? Watch lists are real, okay? Because I dared speak up and stand up for something, and it follows me to this day. Still happens. It happened to me fucking 4 weeks ago in Newark. Take off your shoes. Give us your phone. We got to go through your bag here. You need to stand over here. We need to wand you. But I'm pre-check. And even other people sit there shaking their heads going, something's fucked up there. I said, I know, I'm a domestic terrorist because I have the balls and the audacity to fucking call assholes out on their shit. When you piss off both sides, there's no fucking safe haven for you. You're going to be demonized and attacked and treated like fucking dog shit always. I'm good with that. That's a choice I made. Not to say I'm so wonderful, to say that that's just an example. What anybody else can do. If you're willing to go through the bullshit, it's worth it when you fucking stand up and do more than speak about it, but you actually be about it. That's the point. That's where we need to be. That's where what we need to achieve now. Seriously, we need to go beyond. We need more than just, again, and I laugh all day at the fuck Joe Biden shit, the let's go Brandon. I laugh. It's funny. It's cute. It's whatever. He's hated. Again, and I'm not knocking people who do it. But again, you're doing that, which is great, funny, haha, whatever. People, we have fucking people, regular people. We have gas station attendants now and fucking janitors having to lose their job because they didn't get their fucking forced fucking mandate thing because it's against the law that isn't a law. And you see, people are losing everything, and we're sitting here focused on sides. We're focused on this. We're focused on elections. All right, what about elections? What about elections? How's New Jersey doing? They're stealing it in real time, people. And this time there's more proof of it. And it's not going to matter. The hated Democrat governor is going to maintain power, and the cool ass guy who actually is just a regular fucking dude, Republican guy who fucking blew this asshole away, he's going to lose because we allow it to happen. I could go back to Trump with that one, right? I'll give Trump credit, and then you had the pro-Trump commentators say Trump needs to shut up. He needs to stop saying this because he's going to make people not vote. What did he say? We can't focus on 22 and 24 until we fix 20. And he's not saying that just about him, believe it or not. He may be egotistical as fuck. It's one of the things I like about him. But at the same time, he's pointing out a truth. Unless you address and fix the problem, they're going to continue to do what they do. So we have to overwhelm. We have to put the fear into these fuckers. I don't believe in free and fair elections. I don't think they exist. But what we see when they focus on one race and they leave all the other ones go, look, New Jersey, Elias, New Jersey, fucking conservatives won across the board. Non-establishment conservatives won across the board. Seattle, Washington, their whole city council mayor now, Republican. Okay, when they don't focus on those elections, only focus on the bigger ticket ones, right? That's where they do their shit.
Mhm.
And the manipulation is done. And again, Republicans do not get a fucking pass, especially in Pennsylvania. Because unfortunately, the dipshit, asshole, dumb fucking fraud, fake ass loser named Lou Barletta, who, believe me, is not for you. He's a fucking douche, but he's going to be the Republican candidate for governor in 2022, right? Whoop-de fucking do. He lost his way into another fucking ample opportunity. It's set up for him to win. It is set up for him. I fully believe he could find a way to fuck it up because he always finds a way to lose. But I don't feel any kind of way about that. But nevertheless, they're going to fucking attempt to steal it come election time. And we need to audit 2020. We need to do this. We need to do that. And we, the Republicans of the state house, excuse me, we're going to fucking audit them and we're going to go after them and hold them accountable. But what you fail to mention is the same Republican majority a year later passed the fucking bill for the unconstitutional changes to the election that allowed it to happen. They're one in the same. But we see them, they put a cape on today, so this fucking serial killer must be a fucking hero today because they're wearing a cape. Understand the fucking enemy. Understand. Fuck. And that's the fucking point of all this. And right now, and I don't even want to fucking talk about elections. It's like you have to talk about everything. You have to bring up everything because it's all intertwined. That's the point. All this shit is intertwined. But we need to not only, when we have that moment of self-reflection, understand that we are our own worst enemies as well because we allow this. We have in our Constitution written in, and people could love the Constitution, hate the Constitution. That's to each their own. We could have a debate all day. We literally have in our Constitution that the people of this country have the right to take back their country by any means necessary. Why don't we fucking do it? Oh, then they'll fuck it up. And they'll if we held, instead of saying let's get 1 million people or 10 million people to have a rally, and why don't we say let's have 10 million people show up, we hold a constitutional convention, and we tell them we're taking the people's chamber and we're going to hold a constitutional convention, as is our right as Americans. Do people talk about that? No. Oh, you have the convention of states though. They're pushing for that, and they made millions and millions and millions off of it and haven't done a goddamn thing. Why don't we do that? Oh, because the people would find a way to fuck it up. Imagine how bad it would be. Yeah, because we would do so much worse than what they've already fucking done, right? You don't know until you try. Where is our fucking spirit of fucking non-existent liberty? Where is our fight? Where is our fire? Where is our fucking strength? Where is our fucking convictions? Where is our will to do more than? And nobody fucking, not nobody. There's a lot of people that do, but nobody fucking really wants to go to that next step. You have to. You have to. Again, I share these videos from all over the world every week. Now it's happening during the week as well, and I'm proud of them. You're proud they attacked cops that were beating them for having the audacity to walk down the street that they say is closed because they should be in quarantine and they're violating non-existent laws? Yeah, I do. I fucking love it.
Mm-hmm.
More of that. Why is the world fighting back and we are the fucking neutered bitch masses? We are not the laughing stock just because of the joke racist scumbag that we have in the White House. We're a laughing stock because we used to represent, and sometimes it was phony as shit. But in theory, in historical context, we represent those willing to fight for liberty. Why didn't Japan want to attack the lower 48? Because the emperor said there'd be the emperor said there'd be a gun behind every blade of grass, right? So there's actually a respect there because they knew that America was born. It wasn't the assholes lining up and taking a shot at each other in the fucking revolution. It was a goddamn militia. It was the ones in the trees and shit fighting, doing whatever it needed to do to win. The spirit of resistance, the fucking slaves who actually fucking signed up, the ones who weren't forces signed up to fight for fucking freedom. That went right back into servitude, believe it or not. Even had a chance to be free, and some who didn't. Of course, there's fucking greatness and fucking evilness in our history, just like anywhere else. My point of all this is we are supposed to be known as independent, free will, liberty fighters. We have not been that in so fucking long, and it is a slap in the face to what we are supposed to be. Where is that spirit of fight? Where they've taken it away from us? It must be the last 10 months. No, but in decades, they've taken it away, and we just sit here and we allow it to happen. We allow this country, fuck, half, well, 2/3 of North America to fucking die. Mexico, they have enough fucking problems, but again, their socialist president is fucking amazing. He's fucking amazing. Douchebag in Canada, he's fucking terrible. He fucking bows down to China. We like communism. Wonderful, great. Do your thing, douchebag, right? You don't have free and fair elections there. You don't have nothing, right? Okay. America, we know what America's become, but there's Mexico with all their cartel problems and all their other bullshit, but you have a fucking Mexican president who actually believes the people should be fucking free to live their lives as they choose. Fucking amen. So if I want to look for the spirit of liberty or resistance or libertad, if you will, I have to look to the Mexican president, because who the fuck is displaying it now in America? We've allowed ourselves to become these weak, neutered, docile fucking losers. We did this to ourselves. I do not blame those who have done it to us, because they've been doing it for years and years and years and years. It is us. It is our fault. We have allowed this. It is time to push back. It is time to fight back. It is time to bury them. It is time to hurt them. It is time to break down their entire fucking system of fucking shit, of evil, of oppression, of suppression, of tyranny, of whatever the fuck you want to call it. You want to call it satanic? You want to call it this? Whatever. I don't give a fuck. Call whatever the fuck you want to call it. We need to kill it. We need to fucking bury it. We need to light it on fire and watch it burn. And don't even piss on the ashes. That's where we need to be. The shit isn't ending until we fucking end it. Until we stop fucking hating each other and hate those who deserve it. Until we stop sitting there and waiting for a cue, waiting for a priest or a rapture, or waiting for a fucking career politician, or waiting for a lawyer, or waiting for a group, or waiting for... Stop it. Stop it. They are not saving your jobs. They are not putting food on your table. They are not putting money in your bank account. You are sitting there waiting on something to happen that, whether it comes or not, you can just wait around and die in the process of waiting for these wonderful things. And I hope it's all true. And again, I know I'm going to get heat because of what I said before about religion. I don't give a fuck. I will never tell anybody not to believe what they want to believe and have the faith, and you should. What my point was, don't wait around for somebody else, no matter your beliefs, to come around and do it for you. We are beyond that. We are beyond that. We are at war. Not with each other. We are at war of us versus them, with now them being all of those in the position to do what they're doing to us, whether it be locally, whether it be statewide, whether it be worldwide, countrywide, nationwide, whatever the fuck you want to say it. We are at war with them. The sooner you realize that, the better off you'll be. And do you choose to lay down, bend a knee, put on your mask, look like a fucking porcupine with 37 fucking syringes hanging out of your ass, and fucking die for nothing and die as a blind, obedient fuck? Or do you choose to fight for those who fucking matter, to fight for yourself, and to even fight for those who don't think like you, don't live the same lifestyle as you, but they fucking deserve it? If they can't do it themselves, we'll fucking fight for them too. That's my point. That's what I'm talking about from 2007, what I did. It's just a little example, and it's not about me. It's not about you. It's not about any of us. It's about you. It's about you. Every single one of you. Realize that we have to fucking go past the point of being docile. We have to fight back. We cannot win this game, win this battle by doing little things. It has to be everything or nothing at all. You want to stop shopping at their fucking places? You want to do this with that? Do it. Great. But on top of that, plan to join by the thousands to fucking shut down their fucking capitals, shut down their fucking streets, go into the places you're totally not allowed to go to. Whatever it is, you have to be willing to do it. You have to be willing to go further, go beyond. It's that time. That's my point. That's where I'm at. That's what this needs. And that's why this whole fucking show, literally, this whole fucking show, I had no idea anybody was going to join me. And again, this whole fucking show has been me fucking ranting and rambling on. But I feel like I have to, because I'm never going to be that one like we spoke about last night, like we spoke about in the past. I will never censor myself. And I don't fucking care who I offend, because this shit needs to be said. You have people saying half-truths, saying some things to a certain level, to a certain degree, and then they pull back. They pull back. Don't want to offend this one. Don't want to offend that one. Fuck who's offended. I'm offended every day that I see anybody losing their job because of a non-existent law, because of medical tyranny, because of being to be forced fucking experiments, to be fucking test subjects. I'm offended by people who can't fucking put food on their table. You know, they have to go hungry. Their kids have to suffer. They have to suffer to no fault of their own. I'm offended by that. So fuck your fucking feelings and fuck what you think about me. I hate me all you want, but take that hate and fucking turn it around and put it to fucking use for something, because we are fucking drowning quickly. Fucking quickly. That's my problem. That's where I'm at. I am not at the point of fucking being able to just sit idly by and be passive aggressive. I want to be aggressive, and I'm going to be aggressive. What have we got to lose at this point? I need to take a drink of Gatorade.
Okay, Gatorade drink. Okay. This show is brought to you by Get the D at dantifa.com. Don't forget, boys and girls, whenever you're dehydrated, whenever you need that extra kick of POLITISHOCK, always get the D. dantifa.com. All proceeds go to Dantifa. And
are we joined by NC and Truly as well?
Yes.
We are here.
Hello.
I literally, I had no idea anybody was gonna fucking join me tonight. This whole thing has just been, like we spoke about last night, cathartic, but I can't hold it back. You know what I mean?
You shouldn't. And that's what they want you to do, is they want you to hold back. They want you to be a pacifist. They want you to just take their shit and keep on just taking it on the chin. Keep marching. No, don't be a good soldier. Go out there and defy them. Do everything that they don't want you to do. That's what you should be doing.
Amen. I'm at this fucking breaking point. And I know, you know, we flew to this shit. I swear to God, it might be the right time very, very soon for that whole fucking 24-hour live stream. Because I promise you, we should probably have 2 channels up. Because I'll take one 24-hour stream just on my own and fucking rant and bitch for 24 hours straight. Because God knows I could do it. Everybody who knows me knows that I can do it. And I'm just so fucking pissed. I'm so pissed. I'm so angry. And I see this shit today, you know, with this fucking this January 4th bullshit. I'm like, you fucking like, and people, oh, we have to get everything in line by then. And businesses, oh, we have to change our policies by January 4th. It's not a law. Fucking don't pay the fines and sue. Fuck. Everything that's being done is done deliberately to hurt you and I. Realize that. When do fucking people just get past a point of fucking rage? Take it to the fucking streets. Do it. That's where we are at. Not as a nation, as a people around the fucking world. Realize that. We aren't alone. The people in fucking Hungary. No, not Hungary. Hungary's actually they got shit right. Go figure. The people in Germany and Italy and all these other countries, they're showing you what needs to be done. In France and UK, they're showing you what needs to be done. And it's what we used to do. We allowed them to fucking neuter us. We allowed them to fear us into submission. I can't go outside. Why? Because I might breathe in something that might kill me. Fuck you. Fuck you. It's okay. We just stay locked down for 15 days. That's all. We just got to give it up for a few days. It's okay. No, there is no fucking question in my mind. No doubt. No nothing. We do not give up our freedom for our freedom in quotations for anything, for anyone ever. Because when you do, this is what happens. And when they saw how quickly America folded, how quickly the Philippines folded, how quickly all these different areas that were actually born of fucking libertad folded, then the rest of the world, it was like fucking clockwork. Easy to do. Easy to do. They needed to break our backs, but we broke our backs for them. That's the problem. We allowed this. So everything we've been fucking saying for years, everything we've been saying for weeks, for months, whatever, look back and you say, that's crazy bullshit, that's whatever. It's coming to fruition. This isn't just so, when you even have, I'll give him credit. Tucker Carlson is doing that special on Fox Asia. I don't watch Fox, right? But he's doing this whole January 6th fucking, 5-part doc, and he's actually hitting the shit that nobody dares to hit in the mainstream media. Good. But it's one step. We need to go bigger, better. We need to put it all out there. We need to use things like the VOP network and other fucking independent networks and be the fucking voice of the fucking ones actually not just saying resist because it's cute, because it's a catchphrase, to actually be a resistance radio, a resistance communications, fucking vessel. We need to be the ones. We need to broadcast. We need to put this shit out there. We need to lead the fucking charge or just stand side by side with others. It doesn't matter. We need to be more than. We need to do more because they're taking it all away. They've taken so much from us. And no matter how much I may protest in my own world every single day, does it matter? When you're one person fighting, it doesn't. When you're 10 people fighting, it doesn't. You're true to yourself. You're true to your convictions. Fucking amen. But we need to fucking realize what we have, and what we have are the numbers. Now we just need to find the fucking will.
I highly doubt it will in this time frame that we live in, just because of the people are so comfortable, and it's by design. They wanted people to get to this level of comfort so that they wouldn't want to fight back, and so that they wouldn't feel the need to question, because I'm able to go to my job, I'm at the grocery store, I'm still able to do this, I'm still able to do that. Just because you're able to live your life for the most part, keep in mind that changes happening that are inhibiting how much freedom you got right now. You really have to be grateful for the fact that it's not as bad as it is in other countries. Trust me, it's going to get there real quick. And once it does, very soon, yes. And once it does, you're going to see a lot of people get depressed and freak the fuck out. You're going to see a lot of people be like, what the hell is happening? Even though we've been telling them for the last decade. They're going to be like, what the hell is happening? What is this? Well, what is it's a food shortage. And that's what you're going to see. It's going to take America getting hungry for them to actually pick up their guns and do something. That's what I think it's going to take. Just like how we can fight the elites with our wallets, they can fight us by starving us. So they're going to do all they can to break us down. And this is a perfect time. If you got the energy, if you have the time, learn how to farm. Learn how to, get some chicken coops, get some chickens, start making your own eggs. Just learn how to be self-sufficient at a time like this. Learn how to capture rainwater, filter it. This is stuff you're doing in the meantime to prepare yourself just in case they do something extreme, like cut off all water supply, cut off all food supply. Just in case they cut off the grid. You want to be prepared. You always want to have a backup plan for whatever situation they're going to throw your way. Because trust me, once we actually start standing up like other countries have, that's where they're going to start slicing the resources. You're going to start seeing people freak out and panic, and you're going to start to see the desperation that other countries had to get to, like Australia, well, even the continent Australia had to get to before shit really started happening, before they really started fighting back against the police. And I think personally, with all these COVID mandates happening here in the States, you're going to see a lot of people that were part of the police force, part of the military, stepping down from their positions. And that's greatly weaken their plot. And I don't think it's going to have too much traction. But it's going to be an interesting time coming up here in the next 3 years, seeing what happens. But all I can say is that that's when it's pretty much push comes to shove, fight or flight for these fools. They either pick up a gun and they learn how to fight, or they chill in a camp. It's up to them.
Yeah. That's where we're at. I saw a video today of a mother who dared walk outside after curfew during the day in Australia. She was trying to take her child to, I think, a doctor's, whatever the fuck it was. They took her child. The cops took her child away. And people are pissed off around, but the cops were fucking beating them. They took her child away to a camp because the mother has endangered the child. I'm not a parent. Who the fuck are you? Who the fuck are you? Those cops didn't deserve to get fucking arrested or tried. They deserve to be beat to death where they fucking stand for what they did. Who the fuck are they? We share these videos and there's social media outrage. What about the real fucking outrage? Who the fuck are you? Who the fuck are you? Who the fuck is anybody to tell us when we can do A, B, C, D, E, F, G? Nobody has that fucking power, that right. And it's time to let them feel that and know that. Mr. Bubba Matt, I called you out last night on Truly Uncensored. This is Dan. You know I love your fucking videos and shit. I want you on here, bro. I fucking I want you on here, man, because I love the shit that you do. FYI. I don't care if I'm sucking up there, but there's one motherfucker in this world that I really love. So, I'm just, this whole thing is like a talk therapy. This whole show is like a talk therapy for me, but I feel like I just had to put this shit out there because, again, we need to be past it, the point of social media outrage. We need to be past the point of fucking of anything that is expected, that is controlled, that is manipulated, that is censored. We have to be the fucking outrage. We have to be the force. We have to be the cause. Seriously, we have to be more than, because they are just going along, taking it all away, and people are wondering, how am I going to keep my job? People are wondering, how are we going to have the holidays? What you should be wondering is, how am I going to get enough people to go fucking take over? I'm self-censoring right now. We need to occupy their offices. How about that? There's a shout out to Occupy Wall Street, okay? We need to fucking go and take over their fucking little local government buildings, their fucking state. And we don't have to be violent. We need to be a force for fucking good and a force for fucking freedom. Because until we do, nothing's going to change, and they're going to continue to take it all away. It's time for righteous, beautiful, deliberate, focused rage. And I don't care who thinks I go too far when I say that. And I'm not advocating for anything. I'm just throwing something out there in the fucking universe. It's beyond the fucking pale at this point. We need to go further.
Well, it takes passion in order to get something done. And if it takes extreme passion getting to the point of rage for people to actually stand up and fucking do something, well, so be it. I mean, I personally think that they don't have to get to the part where, they're going and committing crimes, putting themselves in jail. But there's very intelligent ways to express your rage and to express how you feel without having to worry about being behind bars. I encourage a lot of people to peacefully protest. There's nothing wrong with that. I encourage a lot of people to hammer these fuckers online and on social media. If you're the type that likes to be on social media, that's where you can really hammer them. And I saw something the other day that just really made me realize that there's a lot more awake people nowadays than there used to be. There was a sponsored ad for BlackRock, and right underneath it, every single comment was negative. It was at least 70 comments, negative comments, just destroying BlackRock for their elitist ways. So there is a slow but steady waking up process going on with people all across the world. Some a little bit here in the US, mostly across the world you'll see it. But here in the US it's very slow, it's very steady, but I do feel in about 3, 4, maybe 5 years that you're going to see people start to get desperate, and that's when they're going to start to stand up for their rights and be like, wow, they actually are fucking me over. When you start to see family members go to camps, that's when people are going to be like, what the fuck is going on here? It's going to take something, unfortunately, that drastic for them to react. Because let's face it, they are camps all over the United States and Canada right now that have been in operation and have had staff at them since the 90s. There's some in Mexico, there's some over in Europe. Pretty much every country you look, there is some sort of variation of a FEMA camp. And you better believe that they have the cattle trucks ready for people that refuse to get vaccinated, for people that refuse to get the mark. This is all part of the plan. And I'm not trying to shock people. I'm not trying to scare them. All I'm trying to do is mentally prepare them for the fact that their government that they have believed in for so many years is not one that they should trust. And it doesn't matter what president you put into office. It's all about fulfilling the agenda. As much as I like Donald Trump, and as much as I think he would be the best of the worst when it comes to presidential candidates fulfilling that role of office, do I think that complete good is going to come underneath him? No. Same goes for every other president. There's no such thing as a perfect president. There have been presidents that have fought against the government, and what happens? They get popped in the head. And that's what happens. That was a perfect reminder to anybody who actually wanted to go up against the elite. You get popped in the fucking head if you don't go along with the script we give you. They have no problem doing it to their own. I mean, they would do that, in fact, as a way to scare anybody who was being elected into office. They would show them the video, the second angle of JFK getting popped right in the head and be like, yeah, any questions? And people would be like, nope, no questions. And they would go along with the status quo. So it's one of those things where you can't rely on your government. You can't rely on officials. You can't rely on anybody that wears a badge or has any sort of authoritative role. All you can really rely upon is your community, your people, the people who you love and trust. You can rely upon people who are actually trying to help out the community, whether it be local markets, whether it be firefighters, local authorities, anybody, who actually tries to help out the community. I'm not talking about like Marines or Army or anything like that. I'm talking about local forces, gathering the people around, because you'd be surprised how many people on local law enforcement are completely against the elite's agenda and talk about it openly. I talk with a lot of law enforcement officers they're perfectly fine talking about this because they see the writing on the wall and they see what's going on. It's not a conspiracy theory anymore. This is reality. And the more of us that wake up and realize that and spread the word, the better. I mean, this is a revolution. This is a very important time in history. And the sooner people realize that and wake up out of their comas that they live in, the better. Anything you guys say on that, Truly?
I agree. Are we still there?
I think we're still here.
We're here.
Um,
You're here.
that was it, truly. That's it. You just agree.
Yeah, I agree 100%. I mean, I talk about this on Truly Uncensored all the time, and it's happening right before us. And life before, I never believed it until I started seeing it. And then when you start seeing it, then you get the bigger picture of what's going down. And I've talked to multiple people multiple times about this, and they're starting to see it. I got a phone call today saying, what kind of fucked up country live? I'm so scared to even have my kids in this country right now, in this day and age. And we should be, because we didn't think it was going to be in our lifetime, but it is. And now we need to take the stand. Now the time to do whatever you need to do. Talk to them, like Nancy was saying, social media. That's where it's at. You don't think that they read those messages? There's somebody there that's going to pass those messages along to those guys.
Mhm.
Take a stand.
And hey, that's good. There needs to be that element as well. There needs to be those people out there doing the social media thing, whatever. But again, you know, at the end of the day, my thoughts, my personal feelings are they could turn that off, flip of a switch. So in order to use social media correctly, it needs to be highlighting a message of those who are also fucking in the streets and in their faces and fucking showing their anger and righteous fucking indignation, showing it all live and in person, and putting the fear of God in these people without even raising a fist, because you don't have to. They fear us. They fear us. If we were able to bring all those elements together for the right reasons, to actually fucking stand up together and put that fear into them, and have social media fucking just overwhelming them and all these other things, overwhelming, they can't deny us. They can't blacklist us. They can't unperson us. They can't remove us, because we're right here in the 3D world. And that's my point. And that was my point from the beginning of the show. I know people are going to say that I was being mean to religious people when I wasn't. I'm just saying, this is now. This is real. This is happening. 3D, real world. We all have a role to play, and it's up to us to fucking go to that next level. You know? And yeah, I'm fired up, but you see, the thing is, I'm not fired up for a show. I'm not fired up because it's that day of the week. I'm like this 24/7. I feel like this is fucking festering fucking shit in me where I just got to keep throwing it out because I can't just sit quiet. When you see this stuff happening, and then I see the fucking people with the finger pointing, I'm like, fucking stop. Just stop. Realize that we are legitimately what they fear the most, and let's give them a reason to be afraid. Somebody in one of our other chat rooms from all over the world, I see this shit, and it's not on here yet. Somebody said that I've gone full radical. And the pisser, it's somebody from New Zealand. Listen, if you think I'm the radical, no. And I love you for even thinking that too. You think whatever you want to think. If being honest and wanting to actually do right by everybody and come together is considered radical, then fucking paint that R on me. I have so many fucking quote unquote scarlet letters on me as it is. I'll take that one too. Because it's sitting here, and this is important what we do, but sitting here talking about it is one thing. You know, that serves a purpose. But talking about it, and then 6 months from now, talking about it, and 1 year from now, talking about it, and 2 years, we're gone. Like we never existed. So finding some other obscure little way of talking about it again, it only gets us so far. It has to be a combination of everything. We need to achieve full, true, honest, righteous fucking liberty. And it's worth fucking fighting for. That's my point. And that's where I'm at. And I'm not advocating anybody break the fucking law. But then again, how are we not breaking the law? Every fucking day, everything we do is breaking the law now. Everything we do. Laws that don't exist, but we break the law. I used to go outside after curfew. I did that. I broke the law. Was a curfew a law? Nope. But I broke the law. You know, they had police checkpoints all over Pennsylvania wanting to check and see why you were out, and if you had an email or a letter from your employer stating that you were allowed and considered quote unquote essential and able to be out after said hour. What? That was over a year ago. What have we become? What? And we accepted it then? What have we become? That Twilight Zone episode that I love so much. You know, the obsolete man. You are obsolete. We have become that in real time. And that was made, what, in 62? We've become it. We allowed it. Yeah, but what they didn't know, I had an email and I got to print it off from my employer because I was considered essential. Now, I happen to like my job, but if you knew what I did for a living, you'd find it a little bit funny too how that's considered essential, right? But because it's life-saving, medical, whatever, okay, great. But I have to have something from my employer to say that I'm capable and able to drive on a road after 9 p.m. and at that time to go see friends, to go to a store. This already happened, people. And how quickly we forget. So when it happens again, we just say, oh, just like it was. It'll end, though. It'll end. Yeah, it'll end. It'll always end. And it's always going to come back tenfold. We never should have allowed it to get this bad. And that's not a condemnation of anyone. It's a condemnation of myself. It's a condemnation of everyone and no one at the same time, because we all bear onus of responsibility in allowing it to be what it was and what it is. To accept that and to allow yourself to be that pissed off to the point where you're going to say, I'm never going to allow this to happen again and fucking fight. I don't see that as a bad thing. I see that as where we need to fucking go and where we need to be collectively. Okay. Jump in.
Yeah, we badly need guidance. We need guidance in this country. And I think that's the biggest problem that you mentioned upon, is that there's so many sheep and no shepherds. You don't have anybody really guiding people to the right resource, because everybody just goes to the same watering hole and expects the same solutions. And that's just where you get the problem, is that you have nobody really thinking, even in the first place, to look outside the box and find the solutions that they're looking for. So they don't realize that there's a problem going on. And like you were saying, with the fact that you had to have this designated letter that stated that you could go out after 9 p.m., a full grown adult, mind you, having to have a letter like this. Situations like that are just absolutely fucking ridiculous. I mean, I got to say, living in the area of the United States that I live in, I never experienced anything like that. But I can see how somebody going through that, yeah, that would be the type of situation where you'd be like, dude, what the fuck is going on here? And the fact that you only had a very small amount of people tripping out about this curfew bullshit, and the fact that people think, oh, the smoke is cleared, it's all good now. Keep in mind, they have another lockdown planned.
Yeah.
I'm not going to say when exactly it is, because they shift dates all the time, but I can for sure say that there's going to be another lockdown. Keep in mind, Bill Gates said a while back, he said that he doesn't foresee this clearing up until 2025. So considering you have one of the grandfathers behind this whole scheme going on, saying something like that, he's giving you a firm projection of when this is going to die down. It's going to take a while. It's not going to be overnight. But what we can do in the meantime, though, is we can really focus on information. Information is power. And it's almost like trying to turn our society, especially through these crazy white liberals that are on the internet really promoting segregation. It almost feels like they're trying to turn our society into how it is in jail, where automatically you have to go with your own race. And I feel like they did that on purpose, because they know in unity there is power. And that's why they, from a very, very early start, made jail this pretty much petri dish of how they want their sector to go, how they want this government to go. They want everybody to be segregated. They want nobody to unify on ideas. They want everybody to fight each other and not fight the true problem. This is Hegelian dialect 101 right here. This is hidden hand shit 101 right here, where they make us fight each other when we should be fighting the real problem, and it's the elite. And more people are thinking to themselves, so like, wow, this Illuminati stuff, it's not too far-fetched. Starting to wonder why there's all these voting mishaps happening all over the country. And it was pretty crazy back in the day. I remember with Bush and Gore, that was a huge voting mishap, and people made a big stink about it back then. But then for a while there, it kind of flew under the radar. But then I want to say, yeah, after 2020, you start to see just all these voter mishaps happen and just all this shenanigans happening. And then people blaming it on Russia and trying to make it Russia versus the United States. And, oh, China's got their nukes ready. And North Korea, they're ready to bomb. And Iran, they're going to attack us. It's just like, it's just so much this diversion tactic bullshit of, hey, focus on fighting this person. Don't focus on the people who need to be fought. And I think as the time comes along, you're going to start to see more people fighting along and doing something to actually make this happen, because that's what we need more than anything. Is we need a concerted effort, and it's not going to happen overnight. Like I said, the only reason why other countries and other continents were forced to react the way that they did is because the government had forced their hand. They had really no budging room at that point, and they're like, all right, fuck, they're taking away our liberties, they're literally taking away our children and throwing them in cages. We gotta fucking do something about this.
That's funny though, because the activists for over many, many years, they talked about kids being in cages down at the border.
Right.
They've talked about how that's been wrong. They've talked about how if you don't get this vaccine, you deserve to lose all your privileges and you don't deserve a hospital bed if you get sick. Anything. And you're just seeing how much they're being hateful with all this stuff now.
Mm-hmm.
They're getting more and more hateful.
Yes, they are.
They think that they're better than everybody. Like you said, it's mostly the snowflakier side.
Mm-hmm.
And, oh, well, this person said this. I'm taking all the offense in the world to it now. Where were your cojones when you were a kid, man? Because I swear we were worse things as kids, and we had a buff and we had to push through.
Oh, yeah.
And now they're crying, oh, well, this is this, and they're racist, and they're homophobic, and Michael Myers is homophobic because he killed a gay couple on this new Halloween Kills. And
he kills everything.
If you do this or you do that, you're now all of a sudden this person that they have made into a bad person.
Cancel everything.
They're canceling culture. They try to cancel Clint Eastwood. They're trying to cancel everything, but the thing that they really need to be focusing on is canceling the government. But they follow the news, they hear everything on the news, and all of a sudden it's just like, oh, they're talking about.
Well, they're in a trance. I hate to say it, but social media is a tool that can be used for good or evil, and far too often it's used for evil. I mean, when you really think about the impact of the negativity that social media has on people's lives, it can come in many different forms. Now, if you're talking about Twitter, that's a quick dopamine release where you get your likes, you get retweets. It feels real good. You get that pat on the back, and every once in a while you get to fight with people. You get to go and find some good information from time to time. But for the most part, it's negativity. Everybody knows Twitter is a cesspool of negativity. You go on Instagram, and it's pretty much all booty pics and bitches twerking, and it's just porn pretty much. You go on Tinder, that's pretty much all it is, hooking up with chicks and trying to make something happen. And it's that part of that digital stage that we live in where people they're looking for that quick fix. Whether it be a quick dopamine fix, whether it be a quick lay, whether it be some drugs, whether it be a quick video game, whatever they can do to get themselves off of having a routine, off of working, off of being productive. All these things that they throw in front of us that have made the society full of weak, jelly spine pussies that we have called men nowadays. All the things that we've been given us, all this comfort, all this leisure has led to a society full of kids, as you see nowadays, that are some of the most weak-willed, spineless fruits that you will ever come across, male and female, just people who are complete fruitcakes, psychopaths even. And what do they always do? They always claim insanity. Well, you know what? A lot of the reason why they act the way they do, why they are depressed, is because of simple life lessons, simple things that they never got grasped, and they didn't want to grasp because they're too lazy to. They don't want to go outside and get that vitamin D. They don't want to work out, actually feel the endorphins rush through their system. They don't want to have a good diet. They don't want to actually socialize with people. They don't want to fight. You know, they believe fighting is toxic masculinity. So they don't train. They don't learn how to defend themselves. They don't like lifting weights. That's toxic masculinity. They don't like working out. Oh, that's fat shaming if you make fun of somebody for not wanting to lose weight. And just they look for any excuse they can to be as lazy and unproductive and weak as possible. And that's what it is. It's just a society full of excuses nowadays. And that's the whole reason why most of America has not waken up, has not taken a stand, is because they've fallen under the digital spell. And this digital spell is something, I tell you, God forbid they take out the grid over here in the States. You'll see a lot of people not be prepared for it. They're not going to know what to do without their favorite electronic device. I mean, most people have their phones surgically attached to their hands. What the fuck are they going to do with that piece of plastic that doesn't operate anymore? What the fuck are they going to do? I mean, there was already rumors that they were planning on doing this for a 10-day period and certain things happening behind the scenes. Who knows if that's going to happen? All I got to say is that this society, more than anything, if you want to see instant change, it's going to take true desperation. Another thing it might take, though, is just taking away the electronics. And it's amazing, too, if you ever want to see the effect of taking away the electronics that a person has grown accustomed to, you will see an automatic change in how they act. For example, children. If you ever take away a child's computer, their cell phone, their video game, whatever type of quick dopamine hit that they rely upon every day, then they're going to start to get pissy. They're going to have that withdrawal. But then you get them used to healthy things like walking outside, reading books, exercising, and you get them hooked on that. You will see an instant lift in their personality. You will see them wanting to help you out more. You will see them wanting to work harder. You'd be surprised how much the digital spell affects people's lives and makes them weak. It's not something that I would want taken away just because I feel that it does have its purpose here, the internet, as far as knowledge. It's just an unfortunate thing that far too many use that leisure for the wrong way, for the wrong purpose. And I think, more than anything, I want to really promote one Twitter account, which I think has some really sage advice, and that's Carnivore Orientalist. So if you guys are on Twitter, check it out. This is constantly offering, I think, intelligent masculine advice for a society out there that is just confused. We're led so much disinformation on a daily basis about what's good for us, what's bad for us. I mean, we're told constantly that meat is bad for you. If you're a man, no, it's not bad for you. We're told that eggs, you eat a lot of eggs, you're going to get high cholesterol. Eggs are delicious and they're good for you. We're told that, you don't want to drink too much alkaline water. Alkaline water is good for you if you drink a lot of coffee. There's certain things that I implement in my diet that help with my energy. And another thing that I don't think most people know about is because of stress that we go through on a daily basis, we are constantly depleted of vitamins that we don't replenish because we're always on the go. We don't got time to eat a salad with a nice chicken dinner, a side of rice, something that's packed with nutrients, vitamins, because we got to go to that next gig. We got to go over to a friend's house. We got to go to our job. We got to go to school. We got to go do this. We got to go to the gym. We got to go do that. There's always that go, go, go mentality. So very few of us actually take the time to supplement our diet and get ourselves the vitamins that we need. And because of that, what happens is we get stressed out. And what happens when we get stressed out? We get even more depleted. We get tired. We get cranky. We get lethargic. I'd like to recommend to anybody out there, if you need something to help you out right off the bat, magnesium is great because that's the number one supplement that is good for energy that gets depleted from your body when you get stressed out. So that's just my little word of advice for the night. Get some magnesium. It's good for your body. Anything to say about that, Julie?
You just went from one topic straight to giving health advice. Sorry, Dan. I guess this is like Polita Health Shock Hour.
Hey, it's my ADD kicking in. What can I say?
Oh, you're good. Yeah. I literally went for 2.5 hours Fucking at least a good solid 2 hours. Sorry, Elias. I didn't even know Elias was there for the first 30 minutes. So I just kept going and going and going. So you're good. Help me with something. What that I cannot think of it for the life of me. What the hell is the program called with the CIA that they get people as kids and they can activate them in the future? What the fuck is that program called?
Oh, are you talking about MK Ultra?
Thank you. MK Ultra. That's what I couldn't think of it for the life of me. And that's what I was saying. We've all become victims of MK Ultra at this point. You know, they have new ways of activating people just by, the radio, the music, the movies, the news, whatever it may be, that we've all become part of it, And I
Yeah.
couldn't think of the name of it for nothing. I could not think of the name of it. Thank you.
Yeah, no worries. And that's something that a lot of people they even though there's been multiple movies now on MK Ultra that talk about it, there's still people that think that that's just some far-fetched conspiracy theory. Keep in mind that all of us are introduced to a low level of MK Ultra every single day. The whole
Yep.
process of MK Ultra was originated in Nazi Germany, was brought over here to the States. And what it was is it was, if you ever want to understand what MK is, that's mind control with a K in German, mind control. And that's what they used to really control people and program them. They found out through the MK Ultra program that if you do certain forms of desensitization to people, had a hard time with that word, desensitization with people, that you get to see them break, their alters break. And what happens when a person's personality breaks from enough trauma is it splits in two. And from there, you have another personality which can be completely programmable. And from there, they would program them with different personalities, different code words. They would make children into being spies, killers. I mean, MK Ultra was a huge, huge component of the spy program when it was around. So yeah, MK Ultra is something that is incredibly fascinating, and I highly recommend anybody get the chance read up on it. It's fucking awesome.
Yeah.
So I had to just ran on that real quick. I love any talk about MK Ultra.
No, I appreciate it because again, I was trying to hit it before my fucking solo tirade, and I could not think of the name for the life of me. And I just kept moving on, and fuck. And for the record, I am gonna keep true to the title. I am gonna keep true to the title of tonight's show. So at 10 o'clock, I'm gonna end this show tonight. I'm gonna do 3 hours. I thought I was gonna do 2. I thought I was gonna be alone. I didn't know. But I'm going to end it at 10 tonight. And next week, God help you all, because it's going to end up being one of our regular PolitiShock shows that may go for 5, 6, 10 hours. I have no fucking idea. But I just throwing that out there. And thank you to everybody who shared and showed up and everything else, too. I appreciate it. This needed to happen.
Dan,
and
say your numbers again real quick.
What was that?
Say your numbers again real quick. How many hours?
3.
And then 4, and then 5, and then 10,000, and 8,000, 4,000.
4,000, 5,000, 6,000.
Oh, God. Oh, God.
God.
That's exactly what it sounded like at first, the way you rattled it.
Well, I was on the PlayStation 1, then I went to the PlayStation 2, and then this motherfucker went to the PlayStation 3, and this motherfucker didn't get the PlayStation 4, but he went back to PlayStation 2.
Oh, boy.
Did you feel like a cuck? Did you feel like a fucking cuck?
You know what's funny before, and Vic joined us too.
Oh yeah. By the way, I'm just listening, enjoying. I'm biting my tongue. Trust me.
Fucking feel free to say anything, man. You got a whole 19 minutes left. I'm gonna be good tonight and actually end it on time. But
yeah. I just opened the door and walked in. It's like, hope I didn't miss the party. But even though shorter version is like, fuck. All right. Well. Yeah. Wow. Based on what NC said, especially with the health-wise, especially weakness. Yeah, this nation, let's be honest, around the global, I mean, some countries are still holding in the strength, but that's the main problem with me, is weakness. We embrace it. Anything with anything degenerate, anything from Twitter to Instagram to especially fucking TikTok. Holy crap. For social media, for TikTok, and only took like 10 minutes. The degenerate, anything degenerate is so supported and no one gave a fuck. That's almost like 7 level of hell to me, maybe 8th. But if that represents what we're here right now and how it's been popularized, back then we would have like rose and clown and get rid of that anything that is so screwed up. Now it's supported. And anything you say, you will be anything with phobe or ism or isis. Anything to the sky. And I did like a tweet, and one of my folks that I follow, Zuby, and it's an old tweet, and it is so true. Is that couple of 5 years, you're going to have less masculine men before, and it's going to be a scarce asset. It's so true, and it'll be scary. Same thing with feminine women. It's going to be a scarce asset. But that's where we're at right now, and it's going to be continuing so. So that's why I keep supporting tweets and posting out anything with free testosterone tips, how you raise it up, how you be healthy, how to do the exercise and work out more. I'm posting that on my own Instagram and even YouTube going back now. And I have folks I have female friends who are mostly promoted femininity and whatnot. They're trying to help out too. But it's just insane. Now it's like more than ever. We need it more than ever between like males and females and children as well. So it's scary, but at the same time, they're really exposing themselves of how when it comes to solutions, where like anything like masculinity, femininity, or health and whatnot, it's needed more than ever. That's all I gotta say for right now.
Absolutely, man. What you're seeing definitely is an inversion agenda going on, where they're trying to masculinize the women and feminize the men. And it's sad. I think it's sad that so many people are falling for it and not realizing that, you know what, if you're a man, having testosterone is a good thing. If you're a woman, having estrogen is a good thing. And especially from a man's perspective, I can't tell you how beneficial testosterone is to everything you do. The number one thing you need to get by in life nowadays is testosterone. You need energy. Testosterone, the best way I can describe it, when you have a lot of it, you have raw, untapped energy. You can go and get shit done. But not only that, you'll find yourself more attractive to women. You'll find yourself embracing working out because you love the way it makes you feel. You love the endorphin rush, and you love the fact that you're helping your body raise more testosterone by working out. So it's all working out in that aspect. But you also you begin to love just feeling like a man. And I think that far too many people, when they have that vegan diet, they don't get that feeling, or they don't get that lifestyle. And not to say that there's some non-testosterone vegans out there, sure there is, but it's not the same. And I feel far too often that veganism is so heavily promoted in our society because they want to see people steer away from anything that can actually help out their body, like red meat. Red meat is incredibly good for men. And one thing that they'll always try to do is they'll try to promote soy, which is one of the worst protein supplements you can put in your body. Whey's not too much better either. And there is so much whey. If you ever take a protein drink, most protein drinks, most protein bars have whey protein in it, which is not the type of protein you want. More than anything, you want to find protein that is as close as possible. And if you do have to have some non-meat related protein, black beans perfectly fine. There's nothing wrong with that. But it's noticing what you're putting into your body. And a lot of people don't realize, especially when they start eating a lot of fast food, a lot of fast food is loaded with estrogen. Especially, like, I don't know if you've ever seen the estrogen count on an Impossible Whopper. But it's
Oh God, yes,
no wonder
yes.
Stone Cold's got the tits he does, because he's been
Mhm.
knocking down those Impossible Whoppers, and that's why he's got the titties he does. Because I tell you, a lot of fast food is loaded with estrogen, and it's not something that happens on accident. It's by design. And I saw another study not too long ago that there's also industrialized rubber and parts from fuel, just all gross shit that shouldn't be in fast food. Now, I already knew that fast food was gross enough. I learned about pink slime back in the 80s. So
Mhm.
I knew that fast food was already inherently disgusting. But the more I learn about fast food, the more I'm realizing how incredibly bad it is for you. And even if you start to look into how they do at meat processing plants, like let's say for example with a cow at a dairy plant, what they'll do is they'll, once a cow dies, they cut this gigantic hormone pill out of it, and this pill is massive, mind you. It's like 2 footballs stacked back to back. So they cut this giant pill out of the cow and put it into another cow and keep on using it. And this is like a 5 cow thing here because of how big the pill is, but that's a gigantic hormone pill which pumps these cows full of hormones to produce more milk. And in turn, what that does is that pumps those hormones into the dairy products that we eat. So I would highly recommend it. If you guys get the chance, go to local markets, get the real shit, get grass-fed beef, get Kerrygold butter. That's the real good stuff. Go ahead and
Mhm.
get rich, clean food, because that's the type of stuff that will help promote a testosterone lifestyle, a manly lifestyle. So that's one aspect, is your diet, that I've covered on the show. But I also want to cover electronics. It's okay to be on social media a little bit here and there. It's okay to play a little games here and there. It's okay to watch a little bit of TV here and there. But do all you can to do 3 things during the day. Try to make time for things if you can. Make time to read, make time to meditate, and then definitely make sure you make time to work out, because what you're doing is you're helping out your mind, your body, and your soul on a daily basis, and that's something that you should do. And it's amazing, like what you do when you get in a pattern of doing that routine, doing that lifestyle. You stop thinking about all the carnal bullshit that most people think about: the chase for money, the chase for puss, the chase for money. You stop thinking about all that shit. Start thinking about living a happy lifestyle and a clean lifestyle.
Mhm.
It's something that's a lot of getting used to. It takes a lot of discipline, but discipline and routine is 2 things that society doesn't want to have nowadays. They don't want discipline, they don't want routine, because they are too comfortable. They would rather just sit on the couch all day and do nothing. And especially if they don't have to work, oh, even better. They would love to do that. And that's why I really promote things like this. I promote a healthy, active lifestyle. I promote going out there and meeting new people. I promote getting out of the house, doing this stuff, because it's going to make you feel better in the long run. It's going to help you in the long run. And if you're an introvert, I mean, I'll admit I was an introvert for the longest time.
Yeah.
Was but
Was.
it's part of my discipline,
is
where I have to go to work and I have to interact with people and I have to
Right.
interact with customers and I have to meet new people on a regular basis. This is part of my life, even though I'm an introvert and I don't do that. I have to do that. That's breaking out of my shell. That's doing something that I don't want to do. And too many people blame it on, oh, I got anxiety. Everybody has anxiety. Every single person on this fucking planet has anxiety. You just need to learn
Yeah.
how to control it. And you, more than anything, with most situations that you're anxious about, just fucking jump right in. Don't even think about it. Jump right in, experience it. And that way you can say you did it. Truly, please go.
Yeah.
how did we go from politics to electronics to testosterone talk?
Because it all comes together, all connects. And that's something you're going to learn, especially on the Question Everything series about what I talk about. It all connects, it all ties together. And it's all leading down the same path of men becoming weak willed and not standing up for their rights and letting these tyrants walk all over them. It's because of things like that. Because of a bad diet, because of addiction to porn, because of addiction to technology, because of addiction to comfort and leisure, that the men of the society are becoming pussies. It's all
Exactly.
coming together. If you see where it all connects, you understand that that is the problem.
Yep. And they're easy to control. without
Yes.
the bad diet, with all the electronics, depending on TV and whatnot, it leads to being easy to control.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. Now you see where we're
I
coming from, Julie? You see where we're
I
coming from?
I agree.
Mm-hmm.
With what NC was saying about the anxiety. It's definitely something like, Jordan Peterson said that people in urban areas, about like 1 of 3 probably has anxiety. And that doesn't even mean that the other 2 don't have a mental illness. They probably have some other type of mental illness. It's probably just not anxiety. So anxiety or whatever type of mental illness that you have, it's common. I don't believe there's no human being that's here that's just healthy, like we imagine a human
Right.
being is supposed to be healthy. We all got something going on with us, but we got to keep pushing our rock, because at the end of the day, no one's going to push our rock. So I feel that. I respect that. That's a common. I can understand it.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. I mean, everybody has stuff that they have to go through on a regular basis. And I mean, that's just, I hate to say it, that's just part of being a man. It was said once on the 70s show, Red Foreman, he said, part of being a man is doing stuff you don't want to do. Nobody wants to go to work full time, but they got to pay the bills. Nobody
Yep.
really wants to sit through church, through a 3-hour sermon, even though it's good for them. But at the end of the day, it's going to be good if you sit through it. Maybe you might get something. You still do it, though. Nobody really wants to go shopping at a grocery store for 2 hours. They'd rather just have it delivered to the doorstep via Instacart. But
Yeah.
it's that whole process of cutting out things that people don't want to do for comfort, and that's when it leads to the machine falling apart. It leads to people relying on the government, which is exactly what they want, nothing more than anything. I mean, the way that I'm looking at it is like this: Social Security is something that has a very finite time on this planet, and it's a
Mhm.
very finite thing as far as like giving people disability money, hooking up the people that can't physically go to work. Now, granted, there's a lot of people out there in the country that do have disabilities that aren't able to go to work because of their conditions, and respect that fully. But you better believe that there's a lot of people in this country, and I've seen it firsthand, that are taking full advantage of the system. And they are ruining it for everybody else, and they are making it into a system where once the money runs out, you're going to see a lot of people relying off the government for everything, anything.
Yep.
And that's a scary thing. And that's why I can't say enough. You have to be a self-sufficient person. You have to have investments. You have to have a backup plan in this day and age. You can't rely on anybody to take care of you but yourself. Because if you rely upon yourself, at least you'll get the job done. That's the way I've always looked upon things, is that at least if I didn't get the job done, I have myself to blame and nobody else. So it's just one of those things you really have to, in this day and age, not rely upon the government, and do all you can to be a self-sustaining person in society and inspire others to be self-sustaining. So,
Yep.
it's my spot on that.
I agree.
Cool.
Do you agree,
Now,
Julie?
truly, what could the women do to really help in this time? Because we've given the male perspective. I want to know what women can do to help fellow women in this time.
Quit
Say
being
the real
feminist.
shit, not of the fake woman stuff. The
Quit
real
being
woman.
feminist.
Right.
Quit sitting there bringing men down. Quit sitting there bringing other people down. Quit sitting there gossiping about every single fucking person out there. Pull your shit together. Get up. Get off your ass and go do what you got to do. You want equal rights? Well, then guess what? Quit being a fucking feminist and quit bitching when you get those rights.
And stop trying to peg men. We don't like that shit.
Oh boy.
Right.
Yep.
Right. Well, it's just
it all ties together. But women are obviously wired different than men. So we do go through our emotions. We do go through hormone things. The biggest thing is all these women that sit there and feminism into everything. Get over yourself. I don't win very big brownie points with women because I tell feminists they're full of shit all the time. This isn't like the feminism that went on back in the 70s where they would fling a flying fire brought at your face and fight for what they're working for.
Mm-hmm.
No, now it's, oh, men, and especially white men, or this or that, blah, 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 blah. And then all men are evil and we just must sit there and stick together. No. If you really feel that way, you don't have a husband, you don't need to have a boyfriend, you don't need to have any man in your life.
Facts.
You don't need
Facts.
a man in your life then if you truly feel that way about men.
Facts.
Well, and not only that, but it seems like they hate having a father at that point if they're willing to disrespect men that much. It's like basically you're disrespecting your brother, your father, your grandparents. You're disrespecting any man in your life who made an impact.
Yep.
Right.
Because they have daddy issues. Because most of them didn't have good fathers or have shitty ass dads, so they don't want to respect fathers. They don't want to respect men role models. They don't need men role models. And I'm not saying like those men are not shitty ass people because they didn't accept that their daughter was independent and growing. But I just feel like what Truly said is true, and men gotta stop shitting on females too, like a lot of men do that shit, and that shit's really corny. Like I hate seeing people on my social media talking shit about women that are in OnlyFans or Cardi B or Nicki Minaj, like, oh, she's a thought because she likes to suck dick. Okay, no one cares, bro. Like no one, like that doesn't. I don't care what Cardi B likes to do. I just like that when she's on a music video on MTV, she looks pretty hot and she makes my pee-pee go a little tingly noise. That's it. It's pretty simple-minded stuff, bro. Now, would I want Cardi B to become president of the United States? Of course not. I'm not that retarded, but it's like, it's just people are there for there. Like women are women, bro. There's strong-ass women. There's hot-ass women. There's freaky-ass women. Just for men, there's cool ass men, there's hot ass men, there's dickhead ass men, there's asshole ass men. There's different types of shit, bro. Just if you don't like it, keep it pushing. If not, I don't want to hear about how your religion of hating men or your religion of hating women is gonna change the world, and I have to convert. It's not that serious.
Yeah. Not to mention, it's all about family. It's all about being equal. Hating each other between what gender and gender is not so fucking corny. In fact, I remember back around like 2012 and 2010 in YouTube, it was a gender war, especially here as a black man myself. That shit's still going on, and it gotten more corny to right now. Back to TikTok, they've been still doing hating each other one another. And by the way, that correlates with politics as well, because without men and women coexist each other, without nuclear families and whatnot, you'll be easy in control as well. Not to mention the children, but be involved with it. How they're going to be lead by without the father, or be cared by the mother. You have to be lead example for the youth out there and for the future. So, it goes right back to politics. It goes back to where we are around us. Without solid nuclear families that we used to have back then, we're so easy to be controlled. So, yeah.
Like it's just like a bunch of silly things that don't make any sense. Like like I don't know. You're right, yo. Politics is just all politics. Politics are stupid, and we're at the 3-hour mark. So fuck politics, fuck the world, fuck the VOP, fuck everything. Fuck you, Las Vegas.
Back to you, Dan.
Back to you, Dan.
Well. Hey, I've done my thing. So I spoke longer than anybody should have to tolerate listening to my voice anyway. So it's all good. But thank you to those who showed up, though. I appreciate it. And thank you to the tremendous amount of people we have and had listening live for this. You're hardcore. And appreciate it. And so make sure to check out all the other shows too. And other than that, excuse me. Oh my God. When the thing keeps going off and annoys you. Anyway. I'm done. I am done. I am good. I'm still angry. I'm still pissed off, and that's not going to change. But I feel fairly good right now. So I thank you all for, allowing me to rage at you for a while, and for everybody else coming in and actually, bringing conversational topics into the forefront here, because I was just doing my thing. So thank you. And that is so annoying. God. People wonder why I don't respond to messages and shit. These are all work people too, going in a group chat, which I hate, but that's okay. Anyway, any final words or final thoughts from everybody?
Join us for Truly Uncensored Saturday at 4 p.m. PST. We're going to have Ba on. We might have People Ruin Wrestling on. I'm going to see what's up with that. But yeah, check it out. Truly Uncensored Saturday, 4 p.m. PST.
Follow us on Sageway Gaming, Engaging Sage on Facebook, where I pod and I do games and I destroy things, all in legal ways while I'm not vaccinated. Yeah, that's it.
As for me, I'll be back on and posting on for a lot of vaporwave shit from Instagram, a lot of good art around, a lot of stuff from YouTube I'm creating right now. It's finally packaged, finally. So it'll be a moment in time when I have to release it. But at the same time, I'm glad that 15 minutes came into late bloomer from this POLITISHOCK, but I had a lot of fun regardless. So with that being said, thank you guys for watching. Fuck Inslee and fuck Bill Gates.
Yep.
I like that. Have a great night, everyone. Much love to all of you, and we'll catch you Saturday for Truly Uncensored.
Cool. Well, thank you all for jumping on. I appreciate it, and everybody feel free to tune in next week when we do long form POLITISHOCK. God help you all, and everybody, thank you, and I just appreciate you all. And other than that, it's time for outro. And a shout out to Handcrow, of course, the man, the myth, the legend, for this. So thank you. And for Truly for making it happen. And I appreciate you all. And I'm reminding you all to don't turn off the outrage you feel. Don't turn off the fucking anger that you feel. Allow it to fuel you. Allow it to motivate you. And force it and force yourself to do something more than be the fucking change.